How you doing? My name is Derek. I am otherwise known as Thor. I am embarking on a journey to become a bounty hunter in California. I had asked several of my friends if they were interested in joining me. More than several of my friends. I asked damn near over half a dozen who wanted to join me. But as we ventured down the pathway to become bounty hunters, the information that we acquired about the job itself quickly became difficult to swallow. In California, at the very least. And that's what this series will very likely be about. The experience of trying to become and be a California bounty hunter. I think I'm about 2 or 3 weeks into my bid to become a bounty hunter at this point. I've signed up for a class, PC 832. I am deciding between Rob Dick and Rex Venator as my trainer for the PC 1299 pre-licensing class. The first thing that struck me when I decided that I wanted to become a bounty hunter was just how fucking cool it was. It seemed so cool. I've seen so many TV shows where these dudes are rolling around, doing investigations, kicking doors in, arresting people. That stuff is fucking glamorous. That stuff is awesome. I love investigations. I love tracking people. Like, I really get a kick out of that kind of work. I've been doing security for a very, very long time. About 15 years now. I've been in the security industry. I've been a bouncer. I've been a hospital security guard. I was the supervisor for the hospital security team. I've done a lot of security work. Armed security, I've done banks, I've done entertainment venues. I've done a lot. I have done a lot of security. And I'm bored. Frankly, I'm bored. I'm bored of the security life. I know that for a lot of people, boredom works. Boredom means that you're happy, you're healthy, that means nothing's going on, and that, peace and tranquility is preserving the realm. That doesn't work for me. I need excitement in my life. I need something interesting to go on to get me out of bed in the morning and make me want to move forward in my life. I always have to have this. This is an aspect of my personality that makes me a little volatile, sure, but it also makes me, I don't know if I'd say interesting, because I don't know how other people perceive me realistically, but it makes me interested. It makes me feel like, I'm just curious. This seems like a tasty morsel of life here. I'm going to put this on my plate. So, I'm excited by the prospect, initially, the romanticism of becoming a bounty hunter. However, as soon as I started to go down this pathway, like literally within like 10 minutes of me being like, how do I become a bounty hunter? I discovered that there was the first hiccup. In California, you have to have $1 million liability insurance policy. And this insurance policy is astronomically expensive for an independent contractor, which I almost certainly would be, to acquire. It is very, very expensive. It's scam likely. No, thank you. So it's between $900 and $1,500 a month it's pretty prohibitive. That's like the cost of a whole apartment. It's one of the reasons why bounty hunters are in such high demand in California. But it's also one of the reasons why there's not a lot of them. You might make the money back. You might just end up paying. I'm not a bounty hunter yet. I'm not a fugitive recovery agent just yet. I'm not entirely sure that I will make that money back. I have no idea whether or not I'm really going to be good at this job. I think I will be. I think I will because I have a devious mind. But I'm not really sure if I really will. You know, for me, it's going out on a limb. Now, I've kind of pushed past the mental block personally. I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go whole hog. I'm going to say, fuck it with the insurance, and I'm just going to do the very best I can to do this work. Because, again, it's not about the money. It's about the experience. It's about saying to myself, I'm interested in what I'm doing with my life. I want that. But then I had to explain to my friends, hey guys, all these a little over a half dozen dudes that I told we were going to be bounty hunting, now I had to try to sell it to them. And honestly, I didn't really try to sell much. I just sort of explained to them the gravity of the situation. I was like, look guys, there's this insurance policy. And the more dudes we have on the team of our little homeboys to go out and serve these warrants and kick these doors in, the less money there is to go around. And if every single one of us has $1 million liability insurance, that's means a lot less money to go around into those insurance policies. Like, fuck the profit. Forget the profit. We have no idea if we're even going to make profit. It's a lot of money to make up in a month. That pretty immediately became a lot of dudes dropping it. Two of my very good homies were immediately just like, oh, I don't think I can afford this. I told another one of my homies, he was just like, well, what if I just did your social media for you? I was like, cool, that sounds good. I told another one of my homies, he was just like, oh, goddamn, that's too much. I am strategically keeping this information away from my family members because I don't want them to worry. I don't want them to be hating on me. I know that this is not the smartest decision financially. That's how my whole entire family thinks about things. Well, that's not very smart. Of course it's not very smart. Of course, all the work that I like to do is not very smart. All the work that I like to do, the bouncing, the armed security work, the bounty hunting, all this stuff that I conceptualize. I want to be a cop. I want to be all these like dangerous things. Of course, normal people not interested in this shit. Me, something wrong with me. I don't know. I've always enjoyed getting into fights and danger and having my life being risked at every moment. I've always like gotten off on that for some reason, and it keeps me coming back. Even when a couple dudes rolled me out of my car and put a gun to the back of my head, I sat there and thought to myself, well, I'm either going to become better from this situation or I'm going to quit. I became better. I became a stronger officer out of that. If it doesn't kill you, it will make you stronger. So I told the guys, the dudes who stuck around are still around. The guys who ain't around, I respect it, I understand. For them, it's about the bag, not about the experience. So from there, I had to start signing up for these classes. Again, as I was saying, you got PC 832 and PC 1299. Powers to arrest, weapons, training, and then pre-bail licensing. Now there are realistically two trainers. in California for this type of work. One guy's named Rob Dick. Rob Dick was a TV personality back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Famous as a bounty hunter. He served with a guy named Leonard Padilla, I think his name was. I watched like maybe 15 minutes of their TV show recently. And I got the point. They're bounty hunters. I've seen a million bounty hunter TV shows. Again. Some of my friends who were bounty hunters, they told me that they'd worked with both Rob and Rex. Rob is more like the dramatic TV style bounty hunter, whereas the other guy, Rex Benatar, they describe him as being overly cautious, terrified of being sued. I watched some of his videos and I definitely got the same impression that he is extremely cautious. Cautious to a point to where he destroys any of the romanticism of the job. I watch him go and kick doors in. He doesn't kick doors in, really. He knocks on doors, and all the guys that he works with wear the exact same uniform, which is crazy. I mean, we're supposed to wear uniforms, but again, Rex is very, very careful about things, so it's safe to assume that anything that he's wearing, it's what a bounty hunter could wear and not get in trouble, because that's par for the course for that man. This is the point that I'm at right now. Do I choose between the movie star who has been there, done that, done the romanticism thing, maybe gotten in trouble a few times, or do I go to the guy who's extremely cautious, takes very few chances, does away with any of the interesting aspects of the job, and just gives you the safest way of doing it? Again, I don't always make the smart decisions, guys. I make the interesting ones. This is the step that I'm on right now. I don't know. I keep asking myself whether or not I want to really become a bounty hunter in California or just stay a security guard. It's simpler. It's so simple. And it sounds like I'll be making around the same amount of money for 1/100th of the amount of effort. Probably making less money. Again, I don't always do things because they're smart. Sometimes I just do things because I'm interested.